Hello everybody, welcome back to Bald and Board Games. I'm Bald, and I'm going to be doing a playthrough for you of Spire'sEnd Volume 2, Episode 1. I love the Spire'sEnd series. These are so much fun. You can see behind me right here, I have the first one, Hildegard and Rengatekataki. They're all different. They're all super enjoyable. He just keeps building upon this concept they started with the first one, which is essentially a choose-your-own-adventure book, but in the form of a deck of cards. And then you roll dice to help you do different skill checks, story events, and he just keeps expanding on this, and it's just so much fun. It is made by Greg Favro. He said this is his favorite one so far he's done, so very excited to see what surprises he has in store. So let's jump in. Let's go right down to the table. All right, let's see here. Probably gonna end up needing this. All right, so it's gonna be partially at how to set up as well. As we go through and do the setup for everything. Boom. Rule book we'll keep handy in case we need it as well. There's some extras there in case we end up getting the how big. So to maybe use, these are unlockables. Okay. If you get the coonskin cap with the queen's crest, I believe those are milestones. So if you get those, you unlock these outfits like a video game. Okay, so a lot of stuff right in here. So I'm gonna get this all out onto the table here. So, and then I'll sort things out for us. So let's do all this first. Boom. Greg was kind enough to offer to be actually on this video with me while doing this. Unfortunately, we don't have our recording or even our stream set up yet to have guests come in, and I wanted to get this done right away for everybody. So right now, just top of this is a story game. So of course, me playing through this, there will be spoilers. So you've been forewarned. I'll give you one more warning before we officially get going, just to make sure that you're not caught off guard. I'm just gonna dump all this out here. You can probably keep this all in the box, obviously keep it organized a little bit, but I have plenty of table space, so I'm going to have everything out on the table, ready to go for me, so it's easier to grab what I need. Let's put these little tokens way over here. Zoom, 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 and a boom, boom. So this one definitely includes a different mechanic, which includes the like the beehive situation, gaining meat and hide for the trading post, using different allies, them having different dice, like a bunch of stuff here. Okay, so this is the main deck that we're going to be playing through. And this is episode 1. So there will be, seems like, multiple episodes. He's a big fan of adding on as he goes. So he's had a lot of add-ons for Hildegard, for Rengatekataki. For the first one, he keeps adding even more cards into. I actually haven't even gone back and played a bunch of the add-ons in the first one. I'll have to do that at some point. Something else that's very different with this one, I might actually be able to go in closer. Let's do it. With this one is, this is designed to allow you to play with more than one player. Typically, these are solo games, but I think in the last one you can play 2 players as well, which is Rengatekataki. In this one, you can play 1 to 3 players. Essentially, each person will take on the role of an ally. All right, so these here, so just to get these all separated in their individual decks. So the ally deck. And let's see, can we get these on screen here? Boom, cool. We have wildlife. So 1 hornhair, okay. Trail cards. Blood biker. Bunch of dusters. And I have no idea what any of these cards do right now. So I'm just taking them out and separating them. They're easier to get to when they're needed. We have a bunch of wildlife. It does say in the rule book, until you get another ally, you start off with 1, you can only fight the needle grass nibblers. And are these all the same? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, ferocity, 1, 3. They're not all the same, so we will keep these out individually. So these 3. It'll probably tell us in there to create a deck of the 3 needless nibblers, but we'll find out. So I'll put the wildlife deck down there. I'll put those 2 on top, just sideways, so I know those are the ones I'm using. Then we have here this fun little puzzle thing that will happen. These are events. So it says to separate these all out. So there's the Dustin Duel. Let's get all this. Boom. And you can actually see on the bottom there, it says Dustin Duel. So you're going to separate all these out based on their types. Let's get this over here. Boom. Off to the side there. And then we have the Morrowind's Carriage. Morrowind's Carriage. Here we are. There. We have Saving Time. Or sorry, Saving Imri. Events. And then we have Milestones. All numbered. I have a bunch of stuff in here. So the trading post. And then whatever those drive-bys are. So drive-bys. Don't know what those are. These I'm going to have. You know what, let's do. I may have to rearrange things. I'm not sure how much room I'm going to need. So actually, let's do this. Let's put these events up here until they're needed. Boom. Milestones are over there. Bam. Trading post. Our drive-by. Cool. We have our cards here that we'll be flipping and reading. And then we can put our character card here. And yeah, shall see. So actually I may move this over as well. To the side, down here. We'll put it right there. There you go. So we have all this space to play in. Okay. Of course. You keep the throat nice and lubricated for all the different voices and fun times. Okay. Second warning. Spoiler warning. I'm going to be diving into this. You'll probably see at least a third of this deck, maybe half. It varies based on playthrough, I assume, just like the other games. So secrets, decisions, choices, results will be revealed if you continue watching. Okay? I hope you stuck around, because that would really suck if you went away. Here we go. Get the top card and get cracking. Card number 1. The irritations of the city drove me away long ago. I left Seacrest after the Mad Baroness came to power and moved the Orchard Valley, where it's nice and quiet. I built a solitary life here, splitting time between the orchards and the hives. The bees make fine company. Unlike people, they mind their own and keep busy. My time's been well spent, and for the most part, I'm content. However, unlike my nectar farmers, my bladder hasn't been near as cooperative lately. I was forced to make a third trip to the outhouse last evening when the ground began to shake. Earthquakes in these parts are rare, but not unheard of. Still, the timing's odd. With the crimson eclipse having begun only hours before, I was too tired to give it much thought. I finished my business and headed back to bed. Okay, it says pull Finian from the allied deck. So pull means you're just going to take that card out of where it's at. So allied deck, let's find Finian. I believe it's Finian and Vale. Yes, because there's only... So Finian, Finian Vale, sorry. That's an Vale, it is Finian Vale, the full name. Okay, so we have Finian Vale as our first and our primary ally. And so Finian Vale actually go right there, where I had the other one. Boom. Okay. And then it says collect 1 bee and 1 pollen. 1 bee and 1 pollen. These are tokens that you'll be using in the game. The bee tokens will add +1 damage to a successful attack. The pollen tokens will allow you to heal 1 HP when paired. These can be used when paired with a hive result that will be ultimately rolled on these dice. So we have a bee and a pollen. Place you right there for now. Put you on the card so you can see it better. Yeah. And then it says reveal card number 2. So we literally just go on to card number 2. So I'll put the discard pile down here. Card number 2. And the card number is on the bottom right there by my thumb. So you always know where you're at. And this is card number 2. Critters. After my morning honey and toast, I sling my master hive on my back and get to work. The sky is smeared in a milky red hue, lingering from last night's eclipse. It'll hang near a week, casting a warm red glow until it finally fades. I walk through the orchards, same as I do each morning, to the apiary. What I find is damn distressing. From what I can tell, last night's quake knocked over a section of the hives, or some critter got to them. Hard to say without a closer look. Did I forget to set the traps? Hell if I remember. I crouched down, searching for paw prints, anything that might clue in to what happened. Sure enough, there's tracks. Alright, so now we have a choice down here on the bottom, and that'll tell us what card to go to next. So, I could choose to better check the traps or tend to the mess first. I think I'm going to let's tend to the mess first. Let's go to 4. So going to 4. Which I do mean do believe 3 is not going to be used then. We skipped over 3. It didn't say specifically in the rulebook that I recall, but in the other games, if you ended up going to a specific card number, everything before it you essentially skip past. So I effectively skipped past whatever is on card number 3. I'm not going to show you and I'm not going to look at it, and went right to card number 4. And there is a little symbol right up here which does have a meaning. Bad news bees. Looks like a bear got into things here and had itself some breakfast. Figures. Since I'd just moved the apiary to this side of the farm, hoping it might keep predators away. Guess I'll have to rethink that. I cleaned things up best I can, but I'll need some tools to fix the busted honey supers and patch the crack in the brood box. I make my way to the shed, rummaging through the clutter till I dug out my trusty chisel and a bit of beeswax, ready to mend the damage. I barely take a step before the day takes another hard turn. Okay, it says retrieve milestone card number 2. All right, so we have milestone card number 2, which says chisel and beeswax. My old standbys, the chisel prize and the wax patches. Keeps things holding together. It says discard this milestone when instructed or at the end of episode 1. Okay, so something most likely during this game, like a lot of RPGs will say, hey, do you have milestone number 2? Or hey, do you have the chisel and beeswax? If so, we do. So we will keep our milestones. Perfect. I'll put them right here so we can see what we got going on. Okay. Then it says wildlife. Whenever the paw icon appears, which is that icon at the top right of the card there, pull a random wildlife card. However, if Finian is the only ally present, pull a minor needlegrass nibbler instead. For the first nibbler encounter, pull card 101 as well. So it says a minor. Does it say minor? It does. So there's 3. So there's, this is the one we're going to end up using, which says minor right there. This one doesn't say anything, so I'm assuming it's the middle. And this one says elite. Okay, so minor. So I'll put you there, because I assume I'm fighting you. It says the pull card 101. So now again, when it says pull, it means take it out of the deck, which means you do not get rid of the rest of the deck. So we need card 101. Right near the back. So then we will do all of this before we continue on to card number 5, which is on the bottom. So we'll put this off to the side for a moment. Put it right here. Okay, 101 is this right here. Nibblers may be cute, but they're a loyal bunch, and they can become mighty dangerous if pushed too far. Folks say there's a biggin out there, a strong nibbler that don't take kindly to anyone bothering its kin. If you ever defeat 4 or more nibblers during your journey, finish that nibbler encounter, then follow the instructions below. Okay, so during your journeys, okay. So I guess we just have this until we defeat 4 of them. Okay, so I will keep this off to the side as well. And if we ever defeat 4, I'm gonna put this off screen. No, we're gonna do this here. Put you right there. Oop, cards we don't have moved off screen. So I'll just use markers as we defeat them to keep track. Okay, so now we are fighting this little nibbler. So we have a couple things on the card here. So first we have our health. So I have 5. And 3 armor. So I'm going to do this instead because the armor always goes first. Boom. Okay. And they have 4 armor and 3 health. So they're relatively hard to hit. 2 and 3. Okay. And I believe the armor doesn't go down. I think it stays there. So once armor is depleted, so B, armor points limit. Your first line of defense AP soaks incoming damage before HP is touched. Once your AP is gone, every hit goes straight to HP. Allies cannot exceed AP limit with that. Okay. So it does go away. Cool. Then recoup. The amount of HP an ally automatically recovers at the end of each round. Okay. So we have 3 armor right now. Once that's gone, it starts going after our HP. So we attack first. So we attack using these dice here. Okay. They attack using a D20. And on the bottom of the card here, you have some combos that will deal various amounts of damage. All right, so you have to spend health to gain dice. So I'm going to spend 4 health right now because the most I can attack is 3 to gain 4 dice to start off strong. I'm going to roll these. Yeah. All right, so 2 hives, sickles, and sickles. So now, as you go through this, you can choose to lock in dice and then re-roll and keep doing that. So can you lock in more than one? Like, can I lock in both those sickles right now? That is finessing. What's called finessing. This roll, you may lock in 1 or more dice and re-roll the rest. Nice. So I'm going to lock in those 2 sickles, and I'm going to re-roll these 2. Okay. I'll lock in the honeycomb and the beehive. So these without a hive don't allow me to use them, but they will gain me additional tokens. You can have a max of 4 of each. That's the number of tokens that there are. There's only 4 of each. Looks like. All right, so I am dealing 2 damage. So then down here also just tells you bee, give 'em bee, pollen, give 'em pollen, sting, add bees to an attack. But that's deploy, and then you can do okay. So I probably should have kept one of the hives, but 2 damage, so 2 comes off their armor. And then that is it here. So my health stays at 1. The recoup phase does not happen until at the end of the round. Also, after 3 rounds, this nibbler will end up running away. So I'm going to use another die here just to track the rounds to make sure that I don't hit that. So we're on 3 right now. Okay, so they are going to roll. And they got a 5, which means they don't hit me at all. So they have to roll a 6 to 16, a 17 to 19, or a 20 to deal any kind of damage. It says huddle. If other nibblers are present, this nibbler gains 1 AP. It does not. So it missed. So now the recoup happens. So I get all 4 of these back. Since it says 4 on my card, I'm going to use all 4 again to roll 4 dice. Now, for all of you watching, Favro, if you end up watching this, thank you for watching, first of all. I am known for Nick rolling. So this being primarily a dice game is not great for me. Okay, there's the hive and the 2 sickles. I'm definitely going to keep all 3 of those. Reroll the honey. And I got another sickle. Awesome. So, 2 of these will take out those 2. So that'd be these 2, gone. Defense. This one will take out 1 here. And then I'm going to use the hive. And I will use... do I need to use a bee? Yeah, we'll use 1 bee. Or do I want to save that? I could save that bee. Let me save that bee. I'm gonna save the bee. I'm not going to use it. Okay. We are in round 2 here. Boom. So now he's going to go. 5 again. All right. Missed. I'll take it. Okay. So you recoup my 4 HP. I'm going to use that 4 HP again. So you always have 1 HP left over when you're getting your dice, or else you KO. So that's kind of the push-pull. When you have no defense, it may not be a good idea to use all 4. Oh my lord. All right. I'll take a bee and a hive. Come on, give me some sickles. There's 1 sickle, so that's going to be that there, and then another hive. Okay. So instead of taking the bee, I'm going to use that combination, which will deal 1 damage, plus that 1 there is 2. So he is gone right before he would run away. All right. And I leave with all this. You hold on to all of your honey and your bees. I do believe. I think everything recoups to full at the end. So reset. At the end of the encounter, all allies restore HP and AP to the limit. Bee and pollen counts do not reset. Carry over whatever you have remaining. Sweet. Okay. And it looks like there is no... Oh, so up here is the reward you get. So for beating him, that is a little meat symbol. So I'm going to get 1 of these meats, which come in handy, I assume, for various cards, as well as the trading post. So let's put that right there. I'll put that right back on top of the wildlife. Okay, so now we're going to continue on to card number 5. The Mustached Man. All right. The Mustachioed Man. Morning. A man of horseback with a distractingly impressive mustache drawls. He spits into one of his hives and awaits my response. Annoyed, I say nothing. He continues. It's a conundrum. Seacrest and all. Everyone's gone missing, and the town's been left in ruins. You felt that earthshake last night, yeah? He slides off his horse and lays a hand on this blunderbuss, tossed over the back of the horse in a rolled-up blanket. If I'm not mistaken, 2 small feet stick out one end. I remain silent. He continues. A tower, straight from hell, no doubt, came out of the ground in town square. Heck of a thing. Hard to believe the stories from a man with fingers on... Oh, sorry, that's the other guy. It's me. Hard to believe the stories of a man with his fingers on a shooting iron. Fine establishment you got here, he boasts, ignoring my doubtful sentiments. I can choose to say I'm ready to end this song and dance, or let's see where this goes. You know what? We're going to go right to 7. We're going to say, let's see where this goes. So we're skipping over 6, going right to 7. Boom. The stranger moves forward a few paces. Give it here. That fancy belt of yours. Bit early in the day for that, don't you think? Not for a lashing, smart-ass. Looks like you've got yourself a fine weapon strapped to your hips. Why don't you use that instead? I questioned, pointing at his pistol. Bah! Hassle to reload. I'll save it till it's needed. My belt's staying put. Trust me. It's needed. As a mustachioed man draws his weapon, something cracks him upside the noggin before he can fire. He falls to the ground in a heap. A small boomerang whistles through the air into a young girl's hand. She takes a quick look around. What an idiot! Guy didn't even disarm me, the girl says. So then move on. I'm going to question the girl. It's going on to card 8. Filthy duster. I assume you're the one who was wrapped up tight on that horse, I ask. Yeah, you better not be the one who put me there. I figured it was him, filthy duster. The girl glares at the stranger. He's the one. Now, why don't you keep an eye on your friend here while I search him for more arms? The girl lifts her boomerang, ready to strike. I pry the blunderbuss slowly out of his hands. The stranger's eyes flutter. I ease back a step, gun leveled at him as he begins to stir. That shot was packed 6 months ago. Oh, that shot was packed 6 months ago. Hope it fires, the stranger warns. He rolls over, groaning, and props himself up, lumps swelling on his melon. Can question him or say no more talk? Let's question him. So we're not skipping a card. We're going right to 9 this time instead of 10. I think you're full of shit. But like yourself, I'll refrain from shooting till it's needed. I relax my grip and lower the horn pistol. I try to collect my thoughts. What were your intentions with that girl? Can't say they seem honorable, if I'm speaking plain. She's been knocked out, snuffled like a candle. Just after the quake, lying there, I stumbled on her while I was making my escape. Couldn't rouse her, so I put her in the back of my horse. And rolled her up in a blanket? I questioned. Girl wasn't lucid. Had I not done that, she'd fallen off. Next time I pass out, leave me to fend for myself, the girl interjects. Where the hell am I anyway? Orchard Valley. Day or two's ride west of Seacrest. All right, so I can go to maybe I got this guy wrong, or nah, best put him down. Let's give the benefit of the doubt. Let's go to 10. Maybe I got this guy wrong. Oh, you know what? I completely missed. And I am going to go back and do it because I missed it. But on the Filthy Duster, I had a Wildlife Paw. I'm going to go in and fight another Needlegrass Nibbler. Nothing else has happened here quite yet. So we'll leave that number 10 there until I finish. Like I said, I still have to do the minor one, so we're going to 3. Got your die. Let's get your defense. Your AP, 4. Health is 3. Boom, boom, boom. All right, let's get into it. Taking 4. Got a sickle. Got a hive. Ooh. That's good. That's 1, 2, 3. Let's do that. All right. So we have 1, 2, 3 damage that I'm dealing you. So use 3 AP. Boom. Okay. Now you're rolling. Ooh, 17. Hit me this time. All right. 17 and 19 hits me for 2. So those 2 are gone. So now I got to be careful. So I get my 4 back. So this goes down to 2. So now if you hit me for 3, you're taking off 2. So I don't necessarily want to do all 4 again. So let me do I play it safe? You need a 20. I'm going to do 3. I can always heal as well. Boom. We'll take you, sure. Damn. I got you. Okay. So, let's go 1, 2. And I'll use this to heal 1 right now. So 1 and 2 are gone. And these are gone now. And it's his turn. Got an 8. Hits me for 1, okay? So it's down to 1. Last round. You take him out right now. Only got 2 left. Oh, this comes back. I'm going to do 4. Let's go. Yep. Gone, gone, gone. 4 sickles. Let's go. Major dead. All right, so I get another meat. And I'll put you back. All right. What was it, 3? Take you back. 3, 4, 5. Cool. Okay. On the hook. Look, I don't know what happened to you guys back at Seacrest, but I don't think killing each other is going to help much. Agreed? You're letting this guy off the hook? I was wrapped up like old bread like a sack, she whines. Had it not been for me, no telling what would have happened to you. Don't let my charm and irresistible chisel feature fool you. I ain't half bad. I'm meaning to gather up a party and head back to town. Find out what happened. You're buying this? Why didn't you just say you were there then? Why didn't you just stay there then? The girl's losing patience. We had a rough start, I'll admit. But you have my shooter. Put a hole in my head if you like. If it fires, I add. It'll fire, he assures me. I don't trust him, or let's not be rash. Let's go to let's not be rash. We're going to go right to 13, so we're skipping over 11 and 12. Come a-knockin'. I show them in. Situation's cool now, but I've still got questions rattling in my head. You alone, Mr. Mustache? I need you to be honest. If that's even possible, after kidnapping a girl and a mouthful of threats. Thought we were past all that. People make mistakes. I'm alone. Name's Destin. Seacrest stable master. And a proprietor of Roast Room. The finest and discreet pleasures. I'll make all this up to you. Whatever you fancy, he says with a grin. I ignore his offer. I'm Finian. You're welcome here if you keep your guns in your pants and your hands to yourself. Fiddle that mustache if you need something to do. And I'm Halvig. Introductions are done. Now we can threaten each other by name, she says. Before anyone can mouth off again, damned if there isn't a knock at the door. All right, pull Destin and Halvig from the ally deck. Cool. So, we got our 2 allies here. So, Destin and Halvig. So you can see at the bottom they use different dice. When they attack, they're using the target dice, which I believe made their first introduction in Hildegard. Okay, got those. From this point forward, whenever the paw icon is present, pull from the wildlife deck. Remove the minor nibbler from the wildlife deck and shuffle. So we will no longer be fighting the minor nibbler. So that is gone. So I'll put you over there. We have all of these. And we will shuffle together. Oh, I've defeated 2 nibblers, so let me put 2 markers on that guy there. Because when we beat 4, we will see what that card does. All right, and then we're going to continue on to card number 21. So skipping a bunch here. I am already socially spent, is what the card says here. And that should be good. All right. Get down. Wow. Let's continue. Okay. 21. Skipping 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Unrevealed. When I get done, I'll show you the stack of cards that we did not see. And 21. Make yourself at home. I crack open the door. Standing there is a buxom woman with pale skin and bright red hair, dressed for temptation. Wow, dreamt more for temptation than travel. She's mighty distracting. A few bees drift round her shoulders, some along her neck. She don't flinch, just lets them crawl. "Pardon my intrusion," she says, her voice smooth and precise. "Would you be so kind as to let me in?" The sun is rather insistent. It takes some restraint not to answer yes, straight off. From Seacrest, I gather? Indeed. No, I wasn't there last night during the incident, if that's what you're meaning, she smiles. Have you heard about it? The Spire? I should prefer not to go back alone. I glance past her and spot an ornate carriage. 2 groomed stallions at the front. I can say, now hold on a minute, or just let her in. Ooh. You know what? I'm just letting her in. So 23, skipping 22. Refreshing reception. Do come in, I try to say without sarcasm. It's refreshing to meet a gallant gentleman such as yourself. Simple hospitalities don't go unnoticed. I shall mark you as a friend. She makes a small motion with her hand, tracing a delicate pattern in the air, as if performing a spell. Lucky you, you've been marked, Halvig chuckles. We ignore her and settle in next to the hearth. Now then, amongst friends, she continues, I must confess, I fear Seacrest is lost. It would be wise to make arrangements to depart. If there is still chance to lend aid, we ought to take it. How or why this occurred remains unclear. But we may yet help. The woman wastes no time. We jaw over a matter for a good while, and I find myself grudgingly swayed to go. Seacrest might need all the help it can get. What have I gotten into? Card number 24. Ooh. It is whatever this is. Boom, boom. I packed all the supplies in the back of the carriage and rigged up a spot for my hive. Before we set out, I dug up one of my old rifles and gave it to Dustin. His battered single-shot shooter, the lady's dueling piece, weren't going to cut it if we ran into trouble. He thanked me in his own way, promising he wouldn't shoot me with it. When I reached for the carriage door, I was told it was full, with no room in the cabin. We were left sitting shoulder to shoulder on the driver's seat. It says pull Morwyn from the ally deck. There is Morwyn. All right. 3 allies. Cool. Already. If you have milestone card number 6, pull card 73. After that is resolved, continue below. So we don't have milestone number 6. So that's an example there of like when you got this milestone here. So that's a secret we won't know about in this playthrough. So somewhere, somehow, before this card, you had a way of getting milestone number 6. Very cool. But before we continue on, we have a wildlife footprint up there. And now that we have ally cards, we can bring 2 with us into the fight. So we shall do this. So let's go boom, 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 boom. Put our health and our AP above. That's going to make the most sense. This I can probably pull below a little bit more to create more room. Go. Let's see the differences here. So Morin Whitlock has 1, 2, 3. So can deal 1, 2, 3 damage and seduce. Disdain Briar can deal 2, 3, 4 damage and repair. He can deal 1, 2, 2, or 3 damage. So more ways to deal damage. She can. And debuff. So recoup 4, recoup 4, recoup 3. Accuracy is all HP spent. 5 and 4, 6 and 3, but there's an asterisk within a minute. 6 but 0, and there's an asterisk. Okay. So let's see for Halvig. Vex, which relates to debuff. So -3 ferocity on one enemy attack roll, once per roll. Okay, so that's if I rolled specifically the dot. And then there's slow, which is a debuff. Reduce the target's attacks by 1 this turn. Attacks can't be reduced by more than 1 or below 1. So if it only has 1 attack, you could reduce it to 0, so it won't even attack this turn. That's pretty cool. All right, Dustin Briar. So his repair action, any target plus 1 AP per 1 tick mark. Cool. Nice. So then you have Disdain may temporarily, this is his asterisk by his defense, may temporarily exceed his AP limit during his turn. Excess AP is lost after that round. So when paired with his repair action, he can go above his limit of 3. Everyone else can only go to their limit. And then you have Miss. If this turn ends with any blank rolls, that attack deals -1 damage. So you definitely don't want blanks with him. All right, Morwen Whitelock. So seduce, we roll the 1 tick mark, 1 pip. Steal 1 AP per pip from an enemy. Only Morwen may use it. That's cool. Armor Cache. Morwen cannot exceed 3 AP. So that she seals, she cannot exceed 3. Suck. If Morwen inflicts damage on a turn, she gains 1 HP, 1 per turn. Forsaken. Morwen cannot use bees or pollen. Okay. So you can't heal Morwen with bees or pollen. Got it. I don't know how you would use bees for these guys because they're never rolling those dice. It's very interesting. Does like the attack dice stay for him? Because the round for attacking. So Finian's turn, spend HP, roll hive dice, finesse, perform actions. Spend HP, roll shot dice, finesse, perform actions. For the allies. Finian relies on bees for combat, pollen support. He began 1 bee, success. It says bees add +1 damage to any successful attack when spent, while pollen heals +1 HP to any ally when spent. Yeah, so I don't know how they would use bees on one of those allies, but you could obviously heal one of them. So let's see here. Let's go. Well, let's see what enemy we have first here. So we'll give it another shuffle, and then we'll choose our allies to go into battle with us. So very RPG-esque, where you're choosing your party, based on the need. So we have a Cactus Jack. Woo! 8 and 8. My goodness. All right, let's see here. So he's going to attack twice. Ferocity is 3. My lord, that is insane to hit right off the start. I think it's insane. It looks insane. So for enemies, the attacks indicates how many times the enemy rolls its d20 damage table during its turn. Yep. So it's going to be attacking twice separately. Ferocity is 3, so you're going to add 3 to whatever the roll is. And then it retreats after 3 turns. Okay. And then it has some markings up here. So Buzzkill, Jack's Jack's damage +1 per bee Finian has. So I don't want to have any bees, or that's going to add 1 damage to me. Hive Lock. If Finian is damaged, bees can't be spent. Wow. Crazy. Once defeated, if Disdain is in your party, pull story card 66. So I guess we're putting Disdain in our party, aren't we? So we need 8. That's crazy. So 8 defense, or AP, before we even get to the 8 health we need to get rid of. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. So I guess we're definitely going to be using Disdain. Let's see what that card is. We'll put Disdain here. And he's the one that allows us to get AP back. Man. I think I'm definitely going to do Halvig, because Halvig has the Vex, which can get rid of the Ferocity to help us lower that attack value and also slow Cactus Jack. So Morwen Whitlock is not going to be fighting this time. It's going to be 5 and 4. So 4. 5. 6 and 3. Okay. Here we go. Crazy. Into it. Okay. Mostly attack 4 is 3, so I am going to use all 4 of these right now. I'll move them down here as I use them. And I'll explain how they target which person when they get to go. But first, me. So you, Sickle. Definitely using the hive so I can get rid of that bee. Another bee, nice. Come on, no blanks. Sickle, sickle. Okay. Honey. All right. Honey isn't really needed to be used, so I'll just take the honey, because that's just damage per bee. So I'm going to use that bee, so that way I don't have one on here, so I won't increase the damage. So we have 1 damage, 2, 3 total damage here. So 2, this right here. 1, 2, 3, gone. Okay. Crazy. All right. Any target does temporarily seed. I guess let's start with Disdain Briar here. So I'm gonna spend 3 here. So we're gonna go with 5 for Disdain Briar. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So here I have to make combinations to be able to deal damage. I'll show you how this is a little bit different here. So if you look on the bottom here, to be able to deal 2 damage, I need that combination, or this for that combination, or those 3 for that combination, or the 1 pip. That's how these allies are working out. Oh, he only recoups 4 actually. That's fine. I have beehives. I'll do 5. Okay. Okay. So repair. We don't need to repair yet. But these 2 will deal 3 damage, so definitely taking that. Don't want any blanks, or else he's going to entirely miss. Oof. Let's go with you. Come on, give me 1 pip. Oh, damn. No blanks, no blanks. Come on. Yeah, there we go. All right. So we have 6 damage right there, so that's going to be all 5 here. And then 1 off the health. Nice. Okay. Now over here to Halvig. deal 1, 2, or 3, or 1, 2, 2, 3, or debuff. I definitely want to go for the debuff right now to get that ferocity down as well as the attack down. So I want single pips. So you will use 4. Oh, man. So far, that's only 1 damage. So I'll keep this. Oh. Keep that. Yes. Oh, man. Well, that right there is actually 6 damage, which would almost be the rest. Ooh. So 6. Then with 1 left. Attacks twice. Not even going to play it safe here. Yep. So what we're going to do is we're going to go this for 3. 1, 2, 3. This, we are going to lower the attacks down. So we're going to slow it down by 1. So they're only going to attack 1 time next turn. So we'll just put that right there. 1 time. Okay. So now we got to decide who they are attacking. So we'll go red, yellow for honey, black for havoc. So we're going to roll all 3 of these. And whichever is higher is who they are attacking. So we have 11, 13, and 1. So definitely going after Halbig Hollow Pot over here. So we got an 8. So 8 plus 3 is 11. So that would be in the first range. So 1 damage. So just 1 off the AP. Nice. Not too bad. And that means they're only attacking once. So we're good. All right. So now we recoup. Recoup 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Only 4. So 1's left behind. And let's finish you off. So we're going to start with Finian Veil. We're going to go with 4 we're using. Let's roll 4 dice. Oop, come here. And the sickle. And that's 1. We're going to re-roll all 3. Sickle, that's 2 damage. Let's keep going. I don't need the hive really, but we'll keep the hive. All right, there we go. That's 3 damage right there. 1, 2, 3. Boom, boom, boom. Nice. Okay. No one needs to heal. We're good there. Since he's the one who has some sort of story thing with this, let's have Justin finish him off. So we're going to use 4. And let's see. Keep it easy. That's 2 damage right there. We'll stop because we don't have any blanks. We don't want to miss. So boom. Gone. Awesome. All right. So everything will end up resetting for those folks. Everything goes back to full health. So I'm just going to take... I'm going to keep Finian's here because Finian always has to be in play. The rest, though, I may not necessarily be using each turn. So we'll put those off to the side. Boom, boom, boom. And this says here, once defeated, if Dustin is in your party, pull story card 66. Ooh, almost 62. Is that 66? 66. We'll shuffle back in. All right. So 66, the Cacti Trainer. The hell was that? Dustin grumbles, brushing cactus splinters from his coat. Damn thing stings something fierce. Never seen the like. Next time we see one, I'm going the other way. Halbig yanks a nasty thorn from her cheek, leaving a bead of red. Nah, you've come to the right place, croaks a raspy voice. Reckon you handled yourself right proper. I thought I'd trained it better than that. Could have a mind you had a little something for scrap. A scrawny man with the complexion of an aged saddle pops up from behind some bushes. Spry, yet unsettling, with a misshapen arm. Only 1 ear, and less than 5 teeth. Guess I'll put more into them if I want to beat those flytrap fighters. The man pauses, thinks hard on his own words. That, or he needs to hit a latrine. Roll 1d20, all right? Of course, we got a goddamn 5. I did not roll 16 to 20, so I will not pull card 67. So here it said roll a 16 to 20, pull that card. I did not. Whether you roll a 16 or above or not, afterward return to your current story card. Discard Cactus Jack. Do not return him to the wildlife deck. Oh, all right. So Cactus Jack is no more. Unfortunately, we did not get card 67 here. So that, again, is another secret that will go unresolved. Just put you there for now. You'll go over here, out of the way. All the wildlife we will no longer encounter. Okay, so back to the story card here. Boom. We can try and relax or continue conversing. Let's continue conversing. 26. So skipping 25. Going to 26. Right there. All right. So, Mormon, what were you doing again on your travels? I ask. Visiting friends in Dust Drift, just heading back. Halvig's face crinkles. Dust Drift? I'd make new friends. How'd you know about Seacrest if you were all the way out there? Halvig questions. Right then, a raven swoops in on Mormon's arm. She pulls a rolled parchment off the raven's leg, gives it a quick once-over. A small party is heading inside the spire to investigate. A group of 6. The rest are gone. Says who? I ask. A Cirrus from the north. Pull trail card. Afterward. Well, pull a trail card. Afterward, continue below. Ooh, interesting. So let's move these allies out of the way. Pull a trail card. Where we at? Okay. So it looks like these are also random. These are the trail cards here. So I'll just give them a good little mix-a-do. See what goes down. Let's go with this one. All right. That's what we got right there. A duster stands in the center of the road. He's got some expensive duds, but no hat. The man draws a small deck of cards from his coat and pulls one. With a flick of his wrist, the card spins free. It whistles through the air and sticks into the carriage, quivering like a dagger. We've no time for games. Step aside, or I'll push you aside, violent-like. What's your hand? The bandana stranger asks. I pluck the card off the carriage. What are we playing? High, low, he says. Roll 1d20. Let's go. Come on. Okay, a 13. If the roll was 10 or lower, pull 87. If the roll was 11 or higher, pull 88. We got 11 or higher. We're pulling card 88. 81. 82. 84. 5, 6, 7, 88. Ooh. 88. 10 of claws, I answer. Bandana man draws another card and tosses it. Again, it sticks in the carriage beside me. I pull it out and read aloud. 3 of crowns. You lost your own game. Stop bothering us. Get the hell out of here. Oh, son, Dustin. You lost your own game. Stop bothering us. Get out of here. Dustin rips. High-low is played in 3 rounds. Dustin hops down and strides straight up to the man, face to face. All right, Dustin. Give me a card. As the man holds the cards out, Dustin flips up the rifle and fires. I'm finding it to be his preferred way of solving problems. Bandana man's arm holding the card is blown clean off. We've only got time for one round, fella. You lose. Return your previous story card, which is 25 or 26. Cool. Okay. That's it. Cool. Interesting. That is, yeah. Okay. All right, so now we can, if we have milestone card number 5, we do not, so we can't choose one option here. So we got to choose the other one, which is, if you don't, we're going to 28. So we're skipping 27, going to 28. I'm getting cozy. Dustin rides ahead, veering up a rocky bluff. The rest of us jostle along the main road when a low grinding sound cuts through the wind, like stone dragging stone. Something's just passed through here. There are tracks wide, sunken arcs, not wagon wheels. Strange day, he mutters, trying off a mare and climb up the carriage. Slide over, folks. She's spooked. Time I got cozy with our lady here. Halbert groans. Finian, trade seats. I'm not letting him marinate next to me for a whole ride. I'll stretch my legs a while, I say, and hop down. As the wheels creak forward, a few rats leap from the roadside brush and scramble up the carriage, claws scratching to get inside. Pull Dust Rat's Wildlife card, and then afterwards, continue below. All right, so looking for Dust Rats. Now here's the Dust Rats, which I'll find in a moment. All right, so Dust Rats we are encountering now. Attacks 3 times in a row. Ferocity is 0. Retreats after 3 rounds. And attacks 1, 2, or it deals Black Death. Jesus. Riled. The rats gain 1 ferocity after each round. Okay. Red Fever. The first time an ally is damaged each round, they gain -1 recoup until the encounter ends and it stacks. Black Death. An ally hit is KO'd at the end of the round. Wow. That's crazy. So don't give Black Death. Man. All right. Health is... Oh, wow. Defense is 9? That's insane. Eight, 9, and 6. 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Who do we want to bring with us this time? Let's see here. We're definitely going to do more in Whitelock to steal some of that AP each time. And we're going to do Haldig this time. Okay, so 6 to start off. 3, 4, 5, 6. Boom. 5 and 4. 5 and 4. All right, folks, here we go. And these will just put on here like we did beforehand for when their attack comes. We'll put pips down for the ferocity that goes up each round. And then, so after 3, so we'll use 3 of these also actually to count down the rounds. Once those are gone, it's done. Rats gain 1 ferocity, so we'll just transfer after each round. Okay. All right, so we're going to start off with Finian here. Ooh, do I want to do Finian? No, we're going to start off with more in Whitelock. Let's go with her first, so she can steal some AP. So Seduce allows you to steal 1 AP per enemy. She can only go up to 3, so she can steal at most 3. And then Suck, if Morwen inflicts damage on a turn, she gains 1 HP, 1 per turn. The Morwen cannot use Beast of Pulse. That's fine. Okay. So, you deal 2, so I need to keep at least 3. If you deal damage, though, there's a good chance I'll deal damage. We'll find out. We're going to go 4. We're going to risk it. Okay, what do we got here? So this would allow me to deal 1 damage. I just had to keep that. I'm going to keep the black one because there's more options for black. I'm going to reroll these 3. Okay, that's 2 damage. I'll definitely keep that. Come on. Damn. Guess we'll do that. Okay. All right, so here's a conundrum here. So seduce allows me just to take 1 over to her, which is good. Or I could deal 5, which gets rid of 5 of these. I'm going to do the 1. Actually, he can heal any ally. No, we'll still do the 1. Do you want to do it? He only has 3 turns. No, we're going heavy. 5 damage. So these 5 are gone. Boom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. And now we'll have Finian Veil go. So we're going to do 4 also. Okay, cool. 1, 2. We have a hive, so we'll be able to heal her up. See if we can get a B here. That's a blank. Nothing. Okay, that's fine. So 2 damage, so 2 off. We will use this to add 1 onto her, putting her at 3. So at least he can't kill her. Yeah. All right. Next, we come over here. Havoc Hollow Pot. And we're going to use 4. See if we can reduce some attacks here. Some debuffs. There's 1 debuff. We'll take that. Ooh. Guess we'll take you. Damn. Guess we'll take you. Come on. And nothing there. All right, so 1 debuff means you're only attacking twice instead of once, or instead of 3 times. It's fine. And then 1 damage. Okay, so let's figure out who the rats are attacking first here. 14, 15, and that's a 12. So coming after Finian. And we got a 1. All right, cool. That's a complete miss. All right, so that round is done. Or sorry, nope. They're attacking 1 more time. So we do this again, see who they're going to attack. 2, 10, 12. Again, so we're going after Morwen. That is a 9. That is going to be a hit for sure for 1. Cool. Okay. So now your ferocity goes up by 1. So we'll just put this right here showing that. Boom. And reset. You recoup 3, not 4. You recoup 4, and you recoup 4. All right, so I think Morwen's going to go first to try and siphon off that. So we're going to go with 3. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 there. Yeah, we have this there. So we're going to go with 3. We need a 1. Boom. There's the 1. It's going to siphon that off. Good. We deal some damage now. Come on. Nick roll. Oh, nope. Okay. So we got the seduce. So we're going to get rid of this. She takes it, which is going to give her that extra defense, which is great. Didn't deal any damage though. Okay. Let's go with 4 for Finian. Got 1 there. We'll take the hive. Do I need the hive? Yeah, I'll take the hive. Okay. Another hive. Damn. All right, so 1 damage. But then we're going to heal her for 1. We'll heal you. No? I'm not going to waste that right now. One of that. Okay. Over here, we're going 4. We're going for debuffs and heavy damage. All right. That's a heavy damage, so we're definitely doing that. Let's see, we only got 5 left there. Just need 2 damage. Come on, we got this. There's that. Yeah, there it is. That's 3, 4, 5. Boom. Gone. Awesome. I wasn't sure about that one. I thought that one was going to be a close one. All right, so let's take these off. Pull back our allies here. You can have your stuff. And all these will just come back over there. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. And we get some meat for that one. 3rd meat. Good deal. And then I'll get shuffled back in there. Miss anything? Red fever. Ally was never damaged by them, so they never got -1 recoup. Cool. All right, those are allies I'm looking at. Here we go. So continue on to the card here. So retrieve the Morwyn's Carriage event cards. Which are these right here. Place them face down according to the row number indicated on each card. The next story card to be revealed will be determined by the carriage event. Okay. So this is a fun new thing to this game, so I move this out of the way here. So these event cards get laid out in rows and columns here. So we have row 1, so these will be randomized for row 1. Then we have, say, 3 for row 2, 4 for row 3, 5 for row 4, and then 2 for row 5 finally. Okay. And then these have A, B, C, they do, so A, B, and C. So then A, B, and C's get laid out as such, A, B, C, in row 2. So then 3, A, B, C, and D. And they're all face down. A, B, C, and D. And then A and B. So now, the way we start this, we choose either one of these. So let's go with this one here. Flip it over. And it says a careful test. Get closer for you. Where are we at? How about that? There we go. Sorry about that. There we go. I give the handle a slow, steady turn. It resists the soft creak slipping slowly. The rattle of the wheels as the carriage lurches with the road. So that tells you to remove B from row 2. So now B cannot be chosen. Row 1 is also done here. So now I can choose A or C. Let's go with A. Listen. I press my ear to the door and listen. There's a dull thud, like something rolling with the sway of the carriage. Then silence. Just the wheels grinding on the road. Remove C from row 3. So this automatically gets removed. C gets removed. So these are supposed to give you hints as well, like on the outside potentially. So let's see what B is. So these two end up getting removed. B is whisper. I lean in close to the carriage door. Anyone there? I whisper. The carriage hits a bump. Wood creaks. No one answers. Remove C from row 4. Okay. Let's go with A. Says, force the door open. I brace against the sway frame and turn the handle. It doesn't resist this time. I swing open the door. Remove A from row 5. Which means I have to choose this one here. More vultures. Another vulture watches us from a tree. This time everyone notices. I step back from the door, hoping nobody noticed me meddling. But Morwen sees and stops the carriage. Morwen's carriage event is over. Reveal story card 29. All right. Curious, I wonder if the story could have ended earlier in that round, or if it always goes right at the bottom. So it's at 29. So I'm going to 29, okay? Which is the next one. All right. 29. As I said before, the cabin's occupied, she states sternly. Until now, Morwen has shown nothing but casual indifference. I'll put you back. I reach for the knob, or you mentioned that. Mind if I have a look? I reach for the knob, but she plants her palm flat against the door. Why don't we have a drink? Travel back, yes? Nothing like libations amongst friends in travel. Morwen unbuckles a leather strap at the rear of the carriage. The panel swings down, revealing a polished drink bar, complete with fancy crystal goblets. She calls Dustin and Halvig over, and we have drinks beneath the strawberry sky. Morwen, however, stays put under her umbrella, lips never touching a drop. At least we had one nice moment. So we're going to 32. So skipping 30, 31, going right to 32. A bump in the road. It's late afternoon and we continue to push through a dry fold of Needlegrass Hills. The road's well worn from its fair share of traffic and the ride's running smooth. The spire draws closer now, jutting from the western edge of Seacrest, just above the fancy folk district, like a giant screw driving up some evil below. While all of us are staring at the sight, with our eyes off the road, the wheels drop into a pothole big enough to tip a carriage. We spill to the side, shaken but unharmed. At least I thought, till a cry comes from inside the carriage. Sounds like an adult, a man, hurting and struggling a bit. So it says, I knew something was funny. We're going to card 34. So skipping 33. Going to 34. 34. The curtain call. The carriage door busts open and a flamboyant man in a duotone onesie tumbles out in a whirl of dust, landing gingerly in his curly-tipped shoes. Not my final curtain call. Not today, he wheezes, arms splayed like he spouses for a portrait. I hurried him. Anyone else in there? Before he can answer, Morwen interjects, an old man and a girl, she says, concerned. I climb into the wreck. Inside, the two bodies lie slumped together, half covered in torn cloth and busted wood. Strangest thing, there are a few pigs wedged between the man's legs, with more scattered across the carriage floor, snoring away. The man moans. The girl does not. Pull Jestwood from the ally deck. The last ally, seems like. Jestwood Clatterby. Cool. So Jestwood can deal 1, 2, or 4 damage. He has Tumble. So Juggle. Jestwood may reroll one of his locked dice. If so, reduce his recoup by 1 this round. Tumble. Force the enemy to reroll once per attack roll. Very cool. Okay. I can help the old man or I can help the girl. I'm going to help the girl. She's not moaning. So 39. 35, 36, nope. 37, nope. 38, nope. 39. Pools of red. The girl's breathing, I say relieved. Well, lift her, Helvig cries. I brace myself, hook under the girl's arm, and heave her upward. They grab hold and pull her out. Not so bad. Now let's get the old man. Morwen barks. I try to move him, but he's too heavy and wedged awkwardly in the cabin. I get a grip around his waist and tug hard. He screams, jolted awake as his forearm bends the wrong way. He crashes back against the side, down into the shattered window, now serving as the floor. I try again to lift him, but blood is pooling at my feet, and and I can't get a grip. A shard from the broken window has punctured his gut. You don't walk away from something like this. Damn. Retrieve milestone card number 8 and 17. All right, some more milestones. 8. Damn, 17. Okay. We salvaged what we could from the wreck. It ended up worse than we thought. There wasn't much worth savings, but nightfall, we set up camp. So by nightfall, set up camp. All right, so number 8 is Imri is saved. At least this journey's done some good. I'm glad we saved the girl. I'll need to look into her and Morwin's dodgy relationship. Hold on to this milestone until instructed otherwise. So again, we'll keep that right over here with our other milestones and items. Do those. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, number 17. Boaz dies in the carriage. Aww. An old set of circumstances leads this man to an untimely demise. Hope he didn't suffer much. Discard this milestone at the end of episode 1. All right, so Imri looks like we hold on to potentially past episode 1. There we are. All right. On we go. I tried. We're going to 42. Goodbye 40, 41, 42. 42. Ooh. With coin. So we have another symbol here, which is the trader, like trading post. So we'll be able to pull 5 cards from the trading post and do those before we move on to the next, as well as a battle. After a well-timed meetup with a wandering trader, everyone is gathered around a campfire. Imri, the young girl, lies bundled up in... Oh, that's your question. Do you do that beforehand or after? For those symbols, are we supposed to be doing that before we read the card or after we read the card? Trading post. When you see this icon on a story card, shuffle and retrieve 5 of up. You may then trade meat and pelts for the items. Okay. So it doesn't say specific time, so assume any time. How about animals? Where are you at? I know I read this somewhere. Okay, so you can also hunt anytime. So before we do this, let's do our hunt and our trading post. So we're going to get a random wildlife card here. So I'll put this here for a minute. On hold. Five and 3. All right. We have, ooh, a whitetail. Cool, let's see, we might get some hide off this one if we win. All right, whitetail is 7 and 7. It's 5, 6, 7. Boom, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, so see whitetail's abilities here. Sorry, I don't know if I showed you that or not. The whitetail, it's great. Can hit for 1, 2, or 3. Only attacks once, no ferocity. Buck, if the whitetail misses, it retreats just straight up. And it's going to retreat after 2 rounds. So I'll put the, put these here again, markers for 2 rounds. If the whitetail rolls 18 to 20, it damages all players for 3. Holy crap. Okay, so you got a lot of defense. We need to get rid of that defense. So let's see. You forced to reroll. I think we're definitely going to take Morwin. I think to try and siphon off that stuff. I think for this one, we don't need Halvig. So I'm going to go with Dustin Breyer. Yeah, to deal some heavy damage. Okay. So you need 6 and 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. And then she needs 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Boom. All right. And we have our dice. Boom. Okay. Let's start off with Morin Whitelick. We're going to go. So you can hit for 3. So you could take her out. And want to go. You can hit her for 1. We're doing 5. We're doing it. We're going to go in, see if we can get some of that AP taken off. Boom, right there. AP taken off. We're going to continue. Actually, we're going to hold on to one of those just in case. Another 1 in here? No. All right, so take that. Come on. There's the other 1 right there. Could also do 6 damage. No, we don't want her to die. Hey, all right, cool. So we're taking off 2 AP, 1 and 2. Coming down, she's protected. She's got that. Awesome. And here we're dealing 3 damage. So 1, 2, and 3. Boom, boom, boom. Come off. Sweet. Okay. Next, we'll do Finian Vale. Use 4. It's 1. It's 2. We need a hive. 3. I guess I don't need a hive right now because she's protected. So, oh, she's not protected though, actually. Nope. I'm doing it. 4 damage. So that's 2 gone. And 2 gone. So we got 5 left. All right, buddy. Let's do this. We're going with 5. Big damage. Let's go. No whammies. So we got 2 damage right there. I'm definitely re-rolling that. Go for it. 1, 2. Boom. That's 4. And repair. Any target plus 1 AP per pip. Doesn't temporarily exceed this. Okay. This does nothing right now. Okay. So we'll do this. So she's going to get plus 1 AP to protect her, just in case. You take 4 damage. Because nothing else there can take you out. Right? No. Okay. So now roll to see who you're attacking. Hopefully not everybody. We got 10, 9, 18. You. We got a 2. Missed. Yeah, you're dead, buddy. So 4. You get 3 back. You get 4 back. We're going to have you go to hopefully we can stock up on some stuff. So we'll go 4. Come here. Yeah, all right. Let's see here. So I'm going to keep those 2. I'll use a sickle. There's a sickle. And we'll do the second honey. So we're going to get 2 honey. 1, 2, 1 bee. Boom. And 1 gone. Awesome. So that's gone. Beat the whitetail. Good job, friends. Being able to choose. Where'd you go, buddy? There you go. Being able to choose your party is a lot of fun. It is a very welcome change from some of the other ones. It is a lot of fun being able to choose who you end up playing as. We only made it through 1 round, so it's fine. So we get a hide finally. So we get one of those here to go along with our 3 meats. And now we're going to take out 5 of these, it says, for the trader. When you see this icon on the story card, shuffle and retrieve 5 trading post cards. You may then trade meat and pelts for items. First up, we have the Seguro Brew, which restores 1 ally's HP. An amber green liquor with a sweet bite and a smoky dessert finish. This may be used to restore an ally's HP before the enemy's turn. Discard 2 meat and or it costs 2 meat and a hide to buy. And here we have the Coonskin Cap, which is something that would get us that big card. Unfortunately, we don't have enough to buy that. We would need 2 hide for that one. Here we have the Iron Bark Elixir, which restores 1 ally's AP. Locals swear a swig makes lead feel no worse than a bee sting. Restore 1 ally's AP to full during an encounter. That's great. We have Nose Candy. We also cannot do. We don't have enough for that one right now. And then we have a Whiskey Cured Cigar. Costs 3 meat. Influence a D20 by +5 or -5. Sweet cinnamon on the draw, fire, and grit on the tongue. This may be used to influence a D20 rolling by adjusting the 5 up or down. All right. So I think I don't want to spend all my money. I think I'm going to spend the 2 meat to get this Iron Bark Elixir, which restores 1 ally's AP to full. I want HP. I might do HP because we have our 2 individuals who don't really have high AP, but their HP could use that. So to full wouldn't count for them because they wouldn't have any. So we spent the 2 to buy the Seguro Brew. So we will hold on to that. So we put all the milestones just kind of like this. Boom, boom, boom. We'll have this here with you here. There we go. And these all go back. Boom. Okay. So now we're back on to this here with coin. After a well-timed meet-up with a wandering trader, everyone is gathered around the campfire. Imri, the young girl, lies bundled in the blankets beside the flames with several pigs nestled close. They were owned by Boaz, who died in the crash. Jesswood, the flamboyant jester, lounges across from us, one leg tossed over the other, juggling some pears and apples. I'd given him earlier. Halvig, Dustain, and Morwen sit across from him. Jesswood breaks the silence. What a particular turn of madness brought us all here. Last thing I remember is smoked moose meat. Most don't remember, but you paid for a ride. You must be mistaken. I have no gold. Dear, you didn't pay with coin. Pray tell, what did I offer in exchange? My charm? Your blood. You may spend 1 B to pull 1 additional wildlife card before visiting the trading post. Can occur once. Okay. Didn't see that, so definitely want to read the card before you do all that. So that way you get to that thing. So here I could have spent the 1 B. I didn't have one anyway, so it wouldn't have mattered. And you would have been able to Oh, so you would have had the wildlife you can encounter. Then you can spend 1B before visiting the trading post to get some more stuff. That's okay. So then what did she just say? Going to 49. So then it is good to read the whole card and then do those extra things. So skipping 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, and 48. And we're going right to 49. Just a kid. What about the girl? She was alone when I found her. Asked for my help. Morin shifts slightly. I gave her a place to rest. Fed from her to keep her still and safe. Halvik stares across the fire. How's that work? When a being with vampiric properties feeds, there is a venom that calms the victims down. It's how we keep them docile. But, in this case, it made things much easier getting around. Morin laughed. Would you have done this to us? Halvik asks. I didn't need to. I did it to them. With their permission, I might add. She's just a kid. You've crossed a line, I reason. Before the argument can get going, we're cut off by a low grinding growl rising from below the firelight. Pull Ilga and Krex from the Blood Biker's deck. Ooh. Blood Biker. Ilga and Krex. Woo. Damn. Okay. This is new. If you don't have milestone 17 and survive this encounter, I do have milestone 17. Okay. So. Okay then. Let's see. Attacks 1, ferocity 2, retreats after 4, retreats after 3, attack 1, ferocity 0. Okay. Hit your 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, not bad, not bad. You have transfusion. So 7, 4, and then 6, 3. So at the end of each round, Blood Bikers gain 1 AP per biker in play. Cannot exceed AP limit. Okay. Drive-by. As long as Ilga is in play at the end of each round, shuffle and retrieve a drive-by card. There are 4 located at the bottom of the milestone. So got it right here. So it's these drive-by cards. So I'll just put those right there. Shuffle a little bit. Okay. Crazy. Plasma spray over here. When Krex is defeated, all allies restore 1 AP. And then when you beat him, it looks like you get a wasp. Okay, so you definitely want to take out Ilga first, it looks like. She's more ferocious. She's going to cause that drive-by thing to happen, causing the gain AP. Definitely got to get rid of her. Well, okay then. Hmm. 5, 3, 6, 3, 6, 0, 5, 4. I'm gonna go with Holopot, to try and reduce their attacks instead of not being able to attack. That's pretty good. You have 5, 4. You recoup 4. You're 5, 3. You're 6, 3. And we're gonna go with Dustin Barrier as well here. Do some heavy damage, I think. 2, 3. 1. Yeah, let's go with that. Okay, so we have 6, 3 for him to start. 5 and 4. 5, 4, 6 and 3. 3, 7 and 4. Boom. Okay. So for this, I'm probably going to roll right here. That way you guys can see the rolls going on. All right. So let's get all these on to start. And here we go. So gain AP, reduce. Doesn't really matter the order for these guys right now. So let's start with Dustin Breyer. We're going to go with 5. So we're going to use 5 of his. I'll put those right here again like I always do below. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, let's see here. I think we're just going for damage right now. So we're going to go 1 pip. Boom. Love it. You might keep that also. I'll get 1 more pip. Give me another pip. Nope. Go with this. Or if we get a pip or a half. Pip, baby. Pip boy. Let's go. All right. That's 6 damage. And we are going to deal that 6 right here. So 4 gone. So I'm going to put you up here. And 5, 6. Boom. Awesome. Okay. Let's have How Big Hollow Pot go. Oh, wait. I think Feeding's supposed to go first, right? My apologies. I do think you're required to do Feeding's turns first. So I messed it up beforehand. So Feeding has to go first. So we'll hold these down for now. We know we got the 6 damage. For Dustin Breyer, we'll keep that all there. I don't know why I didn't think of that beforehand. So for Finian, we'll be using the 4. So 1, 2, 3, why not? 4, okay? So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 off you. So then I would do the Dustin Breyer 6. So 4, 5, 6. You're gone now. End of each round. Yep. Cool. Oh, let me get the retreat tokens out there. So 4 in total for everybody. Okay. So now we're going to do How Big Hollow Pot here. How Big's using 4. Okay, so you only need to deal 1 damage there. So we get the 1 damage. Deal there. Get the debuff. Debuff. Does nothing. Okay, cool. So come up here. 1 damage. Boom. You're gone. Just gonna flip you over. You are debuffed, so they are not going to get to attack this turn. Boom. Lower that by 1 using slow. Cool. Right. So let's take that down 2 here. So because they were treating 3, so that's 1. And let's reset. So you get 4 back. You get 4 back. You get 4 back, so 1 less. And let's go into second round. So we got to do Finian first here. So we're going to use 4, of course. Marvelous. Marvelous. I think I'm going to take this just to stock up. Reroll this. Okay, so we're going to get 2 Bs. And attack for 2. What's that? Gone. When Crex is defeated, all eyes restoring. Cool, doesn't matter. Okay. Now let's go with Halvig, sure. So use 4. He would deal 1. So we'll keep the black one. Keep the white one. Keep those both. That'll do 2 damage. Yeah. Let's hope we roll black. Nope. Nothing. Alright, so 2 damage being done up here. So 1, 2, 5 left. We're using 4 here. Alright. Go for a big 4. Let's go for a big 4. Boom. Gotta keep one of these, so I keep you. Which gave me that. Okay, so you can take an AP and you can go over your max. So we can do that and then deal 3 damage. So we'll go up here. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so now they will get to attack. If they attack once, let's figure out who they are attacking. I'll do this here. Ooh, 18, 15, and 4. So you're definitely attacking Halvig. Let's see what you get. You got 19. Ouch. 3. 1, 2, 3. Boom. Holy crap. All right. That's gone. Last round. Coop 4. Coop 4. And recoup 4. All right. Binion's going. 4. Sickle. Reroll these. And sickle. That's 2. We'll take those to max out our stock. Gone. Awesome. Oops. Okay. And this comes there. Maxed out for honey stuff. Good. Okay, you say. Back over here. So on the bottom we have a lot of stuff here. So it says, if you don't have milestone 17, which we do, and survive the encounter, pull card 107. Otherwise, continue below. So we have milestone 17, so we're going to continue below. If you defeated both bikers, go to 53. If any retreat, go to 54. So we defeated both of them, so we're going to 53 because we are awesome. So 51, 2. Boom. 53. Okay. Blood glistens along their scaly hides as the riders scramble for the machines, clambering onto roaring masses of iron and bone, and throttle forward. One of them swings wide, veering straight for me. The thing charges in a billow of dust and stone, crushing everything in its path. At the last second, I sidestep, snatch the rider's arm, and yank. He disappears beneath it. The heavy wheels roll over him, with a dry chorus of splintering crunches, like a bull stomping through tumbleweeds. The rider's bike rests nearby. Retrieve milestone 13. Okay, milestone 13. Blood biker owner. Looks like we got ourselves a new ride. How the hell do we drive this thing? Hold on to this milestone until otherwise instructed. Cool. All right. We're going to 61 next. Skipping a good chunk here. Right to 61. Skippy and friends. The lizard people now gone, we're faced with the grim remains of Boaz, the flattened pig farmer. Without any shovels, I decide the best we can do is cover him with rocks and give him a proper burial as we can. We get to it as morning breaks before we can cover him up completely. We're faced with another run-in. These damned lands have more people crawling around than an ant on a dead coyote. What in the holy hell happened here? Woo-wee! And a man? 5 dusters stroll in, shocked but disturbingly amused by the sight. Looks like you folks could use a hand, right, Skip? He looks to the 3 friends and slides both hands in front of his breeches. Now, why'd you want to do that, friend? You don't know that man from a dandingo. Just honoring the dead, Duster. We ain't looking for trouble. Just figuring since we're passing through, we can help pile on some of them rocks. Phew, that's one hell of a beat-up fella, says the one called Skip. All right then. How about you stop flapping and start hauling, I say. Just get to this conversation over with. I'm certain they aren't here just to help, but I can't rightly force them to leave without another headache. Nothing but trouble. Go to 62. Honey buns. We keep stacking rocks over Boaz, the stranger's jawing more than working. Who is that fine gal over there? One of them says, eyeing Morwen. Looks a bit like your woman. Skip, the one who ran off. His 3 friends laugh. Skip does not. Skip tries to change the subject. He turns to Dustin. You look a little familiar. You run around these parts? What's your name, Duster? Dustin. The man frees. Briar? Skip asks. Yeah? That a problem for you? Well, I'll be. This here's the fella. Had his way with Skip's honey bun. Stooped her good, I hear. No more words are exchanged before shooting irons are drawn. Fortunately, Dustin gets off the first shot. The 2 closest gents, I never knew their names, are only paces from his horned rifle. Darn near tears both of them in 2. Skip and the other 2 dive behind a tree and take turns exchanging fire. More shooting. Go to 92. Woo! We're just crazy. Skipping all that. Boom. The Solcombe Gang. Looks like we have a little diagram here for something. It's cool. All right. So encounter rules. Put Clem, the tree Skippy, and Dolly from the Duster deck. Okay. So we're going from the Duster deck here. Need Clem, Dolly, the tree, Skippy, Clem, tree, Skippy, and Dolly. So Skippy, the tree, Dolly, and Clem from the Duster deck. Okay. Done. Now, place Clem on the left, the tree in the center, Skippy to the right, and hold Dolly aside for swapping. Place your 3 allies in any order beneath. Enemies attack left to right each round. After each round, Clem and Dolly swap. Damage carries over. If either is defeated, the other does not swap until the next round. Dolly or Clem may only target left and middle allies. So boom, 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 okay. Skippy may only target right and middle allies. If fewer than 3 allies remain, ignore these restrictions. If Cactus Jill is in play, 4 allies. There's no Cactus Jill, nope. Just left enemy may target 1, 2, or enemy 3, 4. Okay, cool. So we can put these any way we want. These guys target here and here. He can target here and there. Enemies attack left to right each round. Okay. Meaning they'd attack. Then they'd attack, okay. Alright, so how do we want this here? Let's see, what do you got up there? So you have a 5 and a 5. You got 7, 7. Where's Dolly? Where'd Dolly go? Where's she at? She's up here. Dolly Poppycock. Let's put her right here. Because I'll end up switching. She's got 4 and 4. 4 and 4. And hers say, may target the leftmost ally and center ally only. Okay, cool. So they will never retreat. She attacks twice. He attacks 3 times. He attacks twice. No ferocity in any of them. Okay. The tree, cover. After each round, swap Dolly and Clem. Oh, Clem and Dolly get swapped each round over here. Whatever. I'll do that. Each round, damage remains. Each round in cover, they gain +1 AP. Okay, so each round they're going to gain +1 AP. If Skippy loses all his AP, he gets -1 attack. Ah, nice. Okay, and so he starts off with 7 and 7, 5 and 5. Let's go. 4, 2, 3, 7. 3, 7, 3, 5, and 5. Okay. All right. So let's get rid of him first, probably. He hits hard. Gotta get rid of Skippy for sure. So I think Skippy's for 4. We're gonna put more Whitlock over here. I'm definitely gonna be in the center, I think. Maybe not actually. Yeah. Yeah, we will. And I think we're gonna be doing you to debuff, yeah. So some debuff, steal some AP. How's you to reroll? Yeah, let's rock with that, I think. Yeah. Okay. So we got 6 and 0 right now. 3, 4, 5, and 4. Okay, some water here, and then we'll get cracking. Nice. All right, so for this, I'm definitely going to use the bottom area again. Here we go. So Finian Veil's got to start off. So you can get hammered. It's crazy. So we're still going in hard with 4 to start. Let's go down. Boom. All right, so we got our 4. Let's do some damage. Beehive, we definitely want. I'm going to take the sickle. You only use a max of 4, so we have 1, 2, 3. So I can hit you 5. Oh. Got the sickle there. Sorry, lost one of the dice here. There we go. And the blank for the last one. Okay, that's all right. So we're dealing, I'm going to use all my bees here. And plus 2 here, so that's 6 in total. So 6 gone. Sorry. So 6 AP. I'm attacking Skippy. Gone. Which means all these 1, 2, 3, 4. You're all gone. And I'm going to use one of these. 2 of these. To heal 2. Just to be safe. To get rid of him. Okay. Next we're going to go with Morwen. And Morwen's using 5 here. Oh, 5. All right. Getting risky here. Oof. Rough. So we're going to take you. Definitely taking you. Boom. 3 damage and steel. Let's keep going. Nice. Okay. Seduce. 1 AP per these from an enemy. So we're going to go 1, 2 from you. And then we're going to use you to hit for 3. So we're going to go 1. Oh, sorry. Do it again. My bad. Took 2 here. Then we're going to use enemy damage for 1, 2, and 3. That's all gone there. They get AP the end of each round, so perfect. Just took that. Cool. Over here, you're going to use 4. Let's go. We're going to lessen some attacks. Perfect. Exactly what I wanted. Want the 1 right there. So bring an attack down to 2. Attack for 3. And nothing there. All right. Yep. So we're going to lessen. So we're back up here now. So you were going to lower your attack by 1. So you're down to only attacking twice. Then we're going to hit you for 3 damage. 1, 2, 3. Gone. Okay. Yeah. All right. Now, typical structure here like I've been doing. Left to right. So first you attack twice. Who are you attacking first? So 15 here, so you attack in the middle. Let's see. Woo! God damn. 16. So you're hitting me for 2. You're attacking again. All right, this time you're hitting her. 16 again. 2. Yikes. Glad I got both of those AP. You're going twice here. Okay, we got an 8 on you. 11 here. So we got 12. So 1. And second attack. 17 and 15, thank goodness. So here again. We got a 9, so 1 again. Whew. All right, could have been worse. All right, so after each round, swap Dolly and Clem. Damage remains. Each round in cover, they gain +1 AP. So you get 1, you get 1. Then you will swap out with Dolly Poppycock. Okay, Dolly hits for 1 or 3. All right, so now you guys, so you recoup 3. 1, 2, 3. You recoup all 4 there. Boom, boom, boom. You got 5. And you recoup your 4. Okay. We need... We have no way of getting AP. So we need to take him out. He's the hardest hitter. And then have to just worry about you. Okay. So we're starting off with Finian Vale. We're using 4. Doing it. We have 2 heals. So you and you. Yeah, hell yeah. All right. So 1, 2, 3. He's gone. Done. Out. It looks like I'm getting a beating him. 1 and 1. Cool. And then you are healing. 1, 2. Right there. Okay. To say when defeated or at the end of the battle. That's what I want to see here. Enemies. Items received if this enemy is defeated. Straight up. Nice. Okay. Now we've got this one to deal with over here. You are spending 2. Roll right here. Oh, sorry, we defeated him. He's gone. My apologies. Okay. Got you. And a reduce. No damage, so we will use you. We'll use you to reduce, or seduce, sorry. So seduce. So steal 1 AP. Boom. Oh, she dealt damage before. So she actually has extra AP. Cool. All right, over here, we're going to use 4. All right. Let's see here. That's 2 damage. Cool. Got you. Let's keep you. Nice. 3 damage, 2, 3. Oh, that's seduce. That's not 1 less stack. You. Oh. Alright, so either you can attack twice, or I can hit you for 3. I'm going to make you attack once. Okay, so you can only attack these 2. You're attacking once. 3 and 13, so you're definitely going for Finian. Roll this 1. Is that a 1 or a 7? That's a 7. Roll a 7. 7 hits me for 1. Boom. Now you switch. You're already... Nope, so you get 1 more. You go back to 4. And then you're back here. Okay. Each round in cover. So that one's up there. So right here. Okay, so 4 comes back here. 2, you recoup 3. So you're back up. Nice. Okay. Here we go. Going heavy. Yeah. We can always heal up. So we're gonna do 4. Comb. Got a sickle. Okay. Okay. That's fine. So we have 1, 2, 3 hits. So 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna do 4. I'm gonna use the other B. And I'm gonna heal 1 there. Both those. Gone. So now he's exposed. Okay. And let's go with how big to start. We'll use 4 for 4. You. 3. Oh, wait. Possibly lower an attack unless I can get another. Nope. All right. So your attack is reduced by 1. I hit you for 3. 3. Gone. Your turn. We're just going to use 4. Actually, hit you for 2. Okay. Keep you. Most options. There's the 2. There's a seduce. Doesn't matter actually. Okay, 2. Go gone, buddy. Forget anything? Nice. 1 and 1. All right. She's coming in. Bang. She's not to attack though. So you get 3 back. Oh, you dealt damage. So, because you're vampire, you got that 1 back. Yours, you get 4. Let's get at it. So we're using 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sickle, hive, B&B. Let's do it. We're gonna use we'll keep the honey. We'll use the B. 1, 2, 3, 4. Gets rid of all the AP. And we'll go with her first. So we're going to do 5. Going strong. Eee. Man, that's 2 damage there, so we'll keep that. Oof. And not there. Okay. So 2. We dealt damage, which means she gains 1. Gains 1 AP. Yeah, it's not +1. She gains 1. Okay. Next up over here, we're going to do 4. Just got hit for 2. Right there. Overkill? Nope. All right, that's 3. Boom. And you're gone. You get a bee and honey. Awesome. Okay. And we survived. So we are going on to card number 93. That was cool. That was a fun little fight. So then 1, 2, 3, and 5. Oh, these will move to the side for now. The ladies did great. Go. Boom, tree's gone. 93 is the next card. Sally Sue and Tammy Lou. Skip's crawling through the dirt like a dying worm. Fella's got a hole in his leg. Suppose he could live, but I'm not sure Dustain's gonna let him. Damn it, Sally Sue. I wish I'd never met that whore. You done got me killed, Skip yells. Who's Sally Sue? Dustin asks. My girl, the one you've been whoring with. I've got some good news for you. And some bad news, too. I never done no whoring with a Sally Sue. I've been seeing Tammy Lou. I thought she was Slocum. There ain't no Tammy Lou Slocum. You're saying I've been shut up for nothing? That the good news? That's the good news. Been poking Tammy, not Sally. What's the bad news? Skip asks. Bad news is, I still don't think you and Sally are getting back together. Dustin moves for his rifle. Hold on now, Mormon. Don't you need a new blood buddy for the road? I ask. Morin looks to me and smiles. Yes, but I wasn't going to suggest it. You're all so sensitive. Let Morin have him, or maybe we should finish him off. Nah, let's let Morin have him. 94. He attacked us. He deserves to suffer. Kicking Skippy. Problem solved, I say. Impressed with myself and my forward thinking. Bad idea. Bad. You know what'll happen? The Slocums catch wind of this, and let me tell you, there's a lot of them. If they hear we've turned Skippy into vampire juice the road, we'll have to put a whole desert on our tails and then some. We got put him down. Make sure he ain't found. Dustin, don't worry too much. We can't just make him disappear after I've sucked him dry. We can't just make him disappear after I've sucked him dry. Nobody will be able to recognize him then anyway. That could have been me. Jesswood clutches his chest dramatically. Don't be silly, dear. You were my guest. A traveling partner, she says, rolling her eyes. Let's figure out what we're going to do with him. Skippy kicks on the ground like a child. Nobody's gonna do a damn thing with me. Big Mama's gonna skin y'all alive. Dustin fires. Sorry, folks. Had to stop his clucking. Morwen frowns and rolls her eyes. Reveal card 96. So reveal means we don't get rid of these cards, just take it out and we look at it. 96. Boom. Looks like we reached the end, folks. Let's go to the front while I finish off this. There we are. Hello, everyone. So go to the front while I finish this off. Funny thing, Skippy and Fred's had themselves a shovel. So we've ended up right back where we were, digging graves. Just more of them than we first planned. Can't say we gave it our best effort, but the pile of them's covered now. And we can get back to going. I wouldn't have believed any of this nonsense had I not seen it for myself. Lizard people and all that shooting. Before yesterday, I'd never been in a true gunfight. Wish I could say that wouldn't be my last. But with this company, there's sure to be more. Even so, I reckon I'll keep on. I've never been much to help anyone before. The way things are going, I doubt they'll get very far unless we all stick together. we'll see what the day brings. All right, this says, this ends episode 1. Refer to the survival guide for information on how this adventure continues in future episodes. So, that's episode 1, at least part of it. So, this here, show you a better shot. So, we went through this much of the deck. We did not see this much. We went through about a fourth of the deck. We didn't see any of these cards. Skipped right over. So there's so many different paths, so many different scenarios you can run into. There's tons of milestones we didn't get. Some we did, some that came in handy, some that didn't. So some of these milestones that are going to be going away are these say discard this at the end of episode 1. So this is gone. This one's gone. We have 8 and 13 that we hold on to until we're instructed otherwise. We also didn't see a lot of the enemies. Like, so there's this whole deck. We didn't see it all of the Dusters. There's another Blood Rider, a bunch of trail cards, a bunch of wildlife we didn't see either. We have 2 more of these puzzle things, like all the rows that we did, which is really cool. We never got to. I never did the drive-by. I took out that one biker before doing this. I'm not going to look at these either. So no idea what the drive-bys do. More milestones. Some other trading post stuff. So we still have our Seguro Brew, which is great. So all of this will carry over episode to episode. So you need to just record in some way what you have. What I would probably recommend is in here, it seems like they have a number of wells. I would just put everything that you've retained from this into like probably the big well. Just have everything right in there in that one big well. You know, those are your items, those are your cards, everything from the end. And then split your cards up, right? So, yeah. Quick, easy, simple, save the game. A lot of fun. I hope that you guys enjoyed watching and hearing me read and go through this. I really hope that you guys start picking up the Spire'sEnd games if you haven't before. Start with literally any of them. They're all very easy like this, where it's really just card after card. You go through, you roll dice. If you like the targeting dice, that are the red ones here where you make the targets, that's Hildegard. There's a different dice structure for the original Spire'sEnd. There's an even different one for Rengi Takitaki. If you want more of a strategic one, then sorry, better this way. There we go. Rengi Taki. I always have like the middle between. Rengi Taki adds a board with some more strategic movement on there if you want more of that kind of play on a board. Hildegard and the other one are cards like this. Hildegard comes with all of their chapters kind of already in there, which is really cool. So you just kind of go through the story, you can play through one chapter and just keep going. So it's a little bit bigger than this one is. The original Spire'sEnd is about like this one. It's the first time you put that out, so it definitely doesn't flow as well as this one does, and it can be a little bit more difficult, but it's still a lot of fun. Greg, if you end up watching this, if you watch all the way to this point, thank you. You were absolutely correct. This has been the most fun I think I've had with any of them so far. It's not difficult. I think I played it correctly, other than maybe that one wildlife where I didn't do Finian Vale first. But it doesn't have to be difficult to be fun. So I had a lot of fun figuring out the challenge. I got close here to potentially dying. Hopefully I didn't roll that bad, which is good. So I'm excited to see what's coming next in the further episodes. But that, everybody, was Spire'sEnd Volume 2, Episode 1, and only about a fourth of the actual deck. So I hope that you come back for Episode 2 and 3 and 4, however he ends up having, and join us here to continue these tales when those come out. I will definitely have it up here for you all. But thank you for joining me here at Bald and Board Games. I'm Bald, and I will see you at the Spire.